Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. My name is Jason, and as always, I am here with my wonderful co-host, Julia. We are so happy that you joined us today because this episode is going to help you improve your English in one of the easiest and most practical ways possible.
Hello, everybody. I hope you are having an amazing day today. Whether you are listening to us in the morning, during your break, while studying, or before going to sleep, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Today's topic is very important because so many English learners around the world ask the same question: how can I practice English every day at home?
Yes, Julia, and honestly, this is one of the biggest challenges for many learners. Some people think they need expensive classes, foreign friends, or special courses to improve their English. But the truth is, you can make huge progress right from your own home if you practice correctly and consistently every single day.
Exactly. And the good news is that practicing English at home does not need to be stressful or complicated. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need to sound like a native speaker immediately. What you really need is a simple daily routine, confidence, and the willingness to practice step by step.
That's right. In today's episode, we are going to share simple daily habits, easy speaking exercises, listening practice tips, and powerful methods that can help you improve your English naturally from home. So if you sometimes feel shy, confused, or unmotivated while learning English, don't worry. This episode is for you.
So grab your coffee, relax, and get ready to learn with us, because today we are going to show you how small daily practice can completely change your English speaking skills over time.
Let's get started. Now let's talk about the biggest problem many English learners face. A lot of people want to speak English fluently. They watch motivational videos, download English apps, buy grammar books, and even make big learning plans. But after a few days, they stop practicing. Then weeks pass, sometimes even months, and they feel disappointed because their English is not improving.
Yes, Jason, and I think one of the main reasons is that many learners believe English practice must be difficult or expensive. Some people think I cannot improve because I do not live in an English-speaking country, or I do not have anyone to practice with, and because of these thoughts, they never even start practicing daily.
That is so true. And honestly, many learners wait for the perfect moment to begin. They say things like, I will start next week, or I will practice after my exams, or I need more free time first. But the perfect time never comes. The truth is, fluency is built through small daily actions, not through waiting for perfect conditions.
Exactly. Another big problem is fear. Many people are afraid of making mistakes. They feel embarrassed when they speak English alone, and they worry too much about grammar or pronunciation. But making mistakes is a completely normal part of learning any language. Even advanced English speakers still make mistakes sometimes.
And let's be honest, distractions are everywhere today. Many learners spend hours scrolling through social media, watching random videos, or wasting time online. But they cannot spend even 15 minutes practicing English. The problem is not always lack of time. Sometimes it is lack of routine and consistency.
Yes, and some learners also think that studying English means only reading grammar books for hours. That can become boring very quickly. When learning feels stressful, people lose motivation. But English practice can actually be simple, fun, and natural when you make it part of your daily life at home.
I completely agree. And one more important thing is this. Many people practice English only when they feel motivated. But motivation changes every day. Some days you feel excited, and some days you feel tired. That is why building a daily habit is much more important than waiting for motivation.
Absolutely. Even 10 or 15 minutes of daily practice can create amazing progress over time. Small practice every single day is much more powerful than studying for 5 hours only once a week.
And if you are listening right now and thinking, "This sounds like me," don't worry. You are not alone. The good news is that you can change your English little by little starting today, right from your home, with simple daily habits that anybody can follow. Now here is the exciting part. Daily English practice at home may sound simple, but it can completely transform your English skills much faster than you think. The secret is not studying for many hours one time. The real secret is consistency. When you practice English every single day, your brain slowly becomes more comfortable with the language.
Exactly. Think about it like exercise or going to the gym. If you exercise once a month, your body will not change very much. But if you practice a little every day, you become stronger over time. English works the same way. Daily practice trains your brain to listen, think, understand, and speak more naturally.
Yes, and something amazing happens when English becomes part of your daily routine. You stop translating every word in your head. You begin to recognize common expressions more quickly. Your pronunciation improves naturally, and speaking starts to feel easier and more comfortable.
And the best thing is that you do not need perfect conditions to improve. You can practice while cooking, cleaning your room, walking around the house, or even before sleeping. Just listening to English, speaking aloud, or reviewing a few new words every day can create huge progress after a few months.
That's right. Remember this. Even 15 to 30 minutes of focused daily practice can change your confidence, fluency, and communication skills in a very powerful way over time.
Small daily habits may look unimportant today, but in the future, they can completely change your English journey.
All right, everyone. Now let's move to the most important part of today's episode, the step-by-step daily English practice routine that you can follow at home. The best part about this routine is that it is simple, practical, and beginner-friendly. You do not need expensive courses or a perfect environment. You just need consistency and a little daily effort. Part A. Morning English Habit.
Let's start with the morning routine because the way you begin your day is very important. Instead of checking social media immediately after waking up, try listening to a few minutes of simple English. You can listen to a podcast, short conversation, or motivational English audio while getting ready for your day.
Yes, and this small habit helps your brain become familiar with English early in the morning. After that, try learning 3 to 5 new English words every day. Don't just memorize them, speak them aloud and make simple sentences with them. For example, if your new word is confident, you can say, "I want to become more confident in English."
And another powerful habit is reading short English sentences aloud. This improves your pronunciation, speaking confidence, and fluency at the same time. Even 5 minutes of reading aloud every morning can make a big difference after a few weeks. Part B. Speaking practice at home.
Now, let's talk about speaking practice, which is the part many learners are afraid of. A lot of people think they cannot improve because they do not have an English partner. But honestly, you can practice speaking by yourself at home very effectively.
Exactly. One of the easiest methods is talking to yourself in English. At first, it may feel strange, but it works amazingly well. You can describe your room, your plans, your food, or even your daily activities in simple English sentences.
For example, you can say, "Right now I am making tea," or "Today I need to study English for 30 minutes." This type of practice teaches your brain how to think in English naturally.
And here is another great tip. Practice in front of a mirror. When you speak while looking at yourself, you become more confident and comfortable. You can also record your voice on your phone and listen to your pronunciation later. This is a very powerful way to improve speaking skills. Part C, Listening Practice.
Now, let's move to listening practice, because listening is one of the fastest ways to improve your English naturally. The more English you hear, the more natural the language becomes in your mind.
Yes. Try listening to English podcasts, YouTube videos, or short conversations every day. And don't worry if you cannot understand everything in the beginning. Understanding comes slowly through repetition and daily exposure.
One powerful technique is called shadowing. This means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately after the speaker. This improves pronunciation, speaking rhythm, and confidence at the same time. Part D, Writing Practice.
Now, let's talk about writing. Many learners ignore writing practice, but it is extremely important because writing helps you organize your thoughts in English.
A simple way to practice is keeping a short English diary. Every night, write a few sentences about your day. For example, today I studied English for 20 minutes. I learned new vocabulary and listened to a podcast.
You can also write English captions on social media or create small daily sentences. Remember, simple writing every day is better than perfect writing once a month. Part E, Night Review Routine.
And finally, before sleeping, spend a few minutes reviewing what you learned during the day. Review your new vocabulary, read one short paragraph aloud, and try speaking for 1 minute about your day completely in English.
These small nightly habits help move English into your long-term memory. And over time, your confidence, vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency will improve naturally.
Remember this: you do not need giant steps to become fluent. Small daily practice at home can create powerful results in the future.
Exactly. Little steps every single day can completely change your English journey.
All right, everyone. Now it's time for a short, real-life English conversation practice. This will help you learn how to speak naturally in everyday situations. So listen carefully and try repeating after us. Hey, Julia, how do you usually practice English at home every day?
Well, I try to practice a little every morning. I usually listen to an English podcast while drinking my coffee, and then I read a few English sentences aloud.
That sounds like a great routine. Do you also practice speaking by yourself?
Yes, all the time. Sometimes I speak in front of a mirror, and sometimes I describe my daily activities in English. It really helps me become more confident.
I think many learners are afraid to speak alone. But honestly, it is one of the best ways to improve speaking skills at home.
Absolutely. And I also record my voice on my phone so I can listen to my pronunciation and notice my mistakes.
That's a very smart idea. What about listening practice? What do you usually listen to?
I enjoy listening to English podcasts and watching YouTube videos with subtitles. I also repeat sentences after native speakers to improve my pronunciation.
That is excellent practice. And the most important thing is staying consistent, even if you practice only a little every day.
Exactly. Small daily practice can create big results over time.
Now, let's talk about some very common mistakes English learners make when practicing at home. Understanding these mistakes can help you learn faster and avoid frustration in your English journey.
Yes, and one of the biggest mistakes is focusing only on grammar. Of course, grammar is important, but many learners spend months studying grammar rules without actually speaking English. Language is a skill, and skills improve through practice, not only through reading books.
Exactly. Another common mistake is staying silent. Some learners listen and read every day, but they never speak aloud because they are afraid of making mistakes or sounding funny. But if you never speak, your confidence will never grow.
And many learners also translate every sentence from their native language into English. This slows down speaking and makes communication stressful. Instead, try to think in simple English little by little every day.
That's a very important point. Another mistake is practicing only when feeling motivated. Some days you feel excited, and other days you feel tired. But successful learners continue practicing even on difficult days because consistency is more important than motivation.
Yes, and some people quit too early because they do not see fast results. They practice for 1 or 2 weeks and then stop. But fluency takes time, patience, and daily repetition.
Remember this: progress is more important than perfection. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. Every mistake you make is actually helping you learn and improve.
Exactly. Keep practicing, stay patient, and trust the process because every small step moves you closer to fluency.
Before we finish today's episode, we want to talk about something extremely important: your mindset. Because learning English is not only about vocabulary, grammar, or pronunciation. A big part of success comes from your attitude, your patience, and the way you think about your progress.
Exactly. Many learners become discouraged because they compare themselves to fluent speakers on the internet. They think, my English is not good enough, or I will never speak confidently. But you must remember that every fluent English speaker was once a beginner too.
That's right. Nobody becomes fluent overnight. Fluency is built slowly through daily habits, small improvements, and consistent practice. Some days you will feel confident, and other days you may struggle, and that is completely normal.
And please do not be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are not proof that you are failing. They are proof that you are learning. Every time you speak, listen, read, or write in English, your brain becomes stronger little by little.
One of the most powerful things you can do is believe in yourself and stay consistent, even when progress feels slow. Remember, small daily practice is creating improvement inside you, even if you cannot see it immediately.
Yes, be patient with yourself, celebrate small progress, and never stop practicing. Your future fluent self is being built by the small actions you take every single day.
Keep going, keep learning, and most importantly, keep speaking English with confidence. All right, everyone, let's quickly review what we learned in today's episode. Practicing English at home does not need to be difficult or expensive. The most important thing is building small daily habits and staying consistent every single day.
Exactly. Today we talked about creating a simple English routine at home by listening to English daily, speaking aloud, learning new vocabulary, practicing writing, and reviewing your English before sleeping. These small actions may seem simple, but together they can create powerful improvement over time.
We also discussed the common mistakes learners make, like being afraid of speaking, focusing too much on grammar, and quitting too early. Remember, fluency comes through practice, patience, and confidence.
And most importantly, never compare your journey to someone else's. Focus on your own progress and keep moving forward step by step. Even a little English practice every day can completely change your future.
So stay consistent, trust the process, and keep practicing English with confidence, because your hard work will absolutely pay off in the future.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We truly hope this episode helps you build a strong daily English practice routine at home and gives you more confidence in your English journey.
Yes, and now we have a small challenge for you. Starting today, try to practice English for at least 15 minutes every single day. Remember, small daily practice can create amazing results over time.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment below and tell us, how do you usually practice English at home? We would love to hear your ideas and experiences.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to English Learning Podcast, and share this episode with your friends who are learning English too.
Keep learning, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.